Two nearly simultaneous bomb explosions have hit the central city of Homs in Syria, leaving casualties. The explosive devices both went off in the al-Zahra neighborhood. It's not yet clear whether the blasts were caused by planted bombs or bombers. According to the Syrian TV, 25 people have lost their lives in the attacks. The so-called Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, however, puts the death toll at 46. No group has claimed responsibility for Sunday's bombings. Last month, 2 bomb attacks claimed by the Daesh terrorist group ripped through the same neighborhood, killing nearly 20 people. Our correspondent Ala Ibrahim joins us now via satellite from the Syrian capital Damascus to offer us more details about the twin bombings. Ala?
Well, the Syrian State TV just reported that 25 people have been killed in the twin suicide attacks that took place in Homs city this morning. But we should mention that our local sources are telling us that the death toll will rise substantially as the day goes on, as there is a large number of body parts that haven't been identified, and there is at least 12 other wounded persons who are in critical condition. We should mention that this is not the first, not the second, it's actually the 5th explosion to target al-Zahra district in Homs city in the past year actually, and the beginning of this year. In addition to the fact that the explosion comes at a very critical time after the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad announced yesterday that his government is willing to accept a ceasefire provided that no escalation would take place and no aid or support from Turkey goes on to the insurgents. And I think today's explosion will make implementing the ceasefire much more difficult.
Ala, we know that the Syrian army has been making major advancements against the Takfiri terrorists in various parts of Syria. There are some views that see these attacks as some sort of reprisal attacks in order to basically get back at those major gains that the Syrian army has been gaining.
Well, the car bombs and suicide attacks of this sort serve a number of purposes for the foreign-backed insurgents. The first of which is to send a message to the Syrian government that they are still able, and we're speaking here about the insurgents, that are still capable of inflicting damage and causing casualties among civilians. The second purpose is to send another message to the supporters of the Syrian government, and al-Zahra district in Homs, which was targeted today, is considered one of the most loyal districts in Homs city to the Syrian government, that has been beside the Syrian government for some time. And the third purpose is to incite more sectarian tensions in the Syrian society. Also, al-Zahra district is known to be a place where it is mainly an Alawite district, and an attack on this scale makes it more understandable for sectarian tension to have a bigger role in the ongoing events. The fourth purpose is what you mentioned in your question. Yes, as the insurgents and the terrorists' abilities to mount military attacks to take the cities are diminishing with the gains of the Syrian army backed by its allies, as this capacity diminishes, the insurgents or the terrorists will try to direct their attention and find other ways to inflict damage on the Syrian government, and tell their backers and tell the Syrian society that they are still there and still capable of having a role in the conflict in general.
Thank you very much, Ala. Press TV's Ala Ibrahim joining us from the Syrian capital, Damascus.